You know, in my religious context, there's really no talking about mental health because they will feel like it's a shame or it's something that or they don't even acknowledge it. Hi, my name is Wei and I represent my family temple Ji Zheng Gong, and I'm also the director of Singing Memorial, where we house ancestor pedestals.
Hi everyone, I'm Morty Miller, a member of the Jewish community here in Singapore and the founder of Shalom Point.
We are going to talk about a really exciting topic, and it's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about with religion. It's actually about mental health. Yeah. So you can see that more and more people right now, they're actually made aware of the importance of mental health and wellness. So actually, why do you think that it's happening?
First, I'll just say that we in Judaism have a special prayer for mental health. We pray for healing of the body and healing, of the soul. To have mental health is something that without it, it's so hard to function.
Yes.
I think today people are becoming more and more aware of it, but when I look at the Bible, I see it there. So the Bible shows already awareness.
I think that more people now, they're actually talking about mental health because there are actually a lot of young people now, they are being more outspoken about it. I didn't even know it was actually an actual thing until I heard, years later when I was maybe 17, 18, when I hear friends talking about it. I thought about, there's actually a term for it. But if let's say religion-wise, I have never heard any Taoist priests or masters actually share with me about the word mental health, but they always say things like, you have to take good care of yourself, you have to make sure that you are good first before you do anything else. But of course, at the temple, we actually have encounters about when some of them actually, they feel that their mental health is at a really bad spot, but they only look for help in religion. You can just see it on their face that they are not at a really good spot. Well, even my dad as a Taoist priest, right, when he see many people come to see him and ask him for help, when it comes to mental health, my dad will always tell them that, you have to look for a professional in mental health because religion is not the answer to everything. You have to make sure that you are good first, then you actually go forward. But if you feel that, let's say if you're sick, you cannot just look for a Taoist master.
I think religion obviously can be so encouraging and comforting for people who are sad, had a bad day, or even a tragedy in their life.
Yeah.
Where is help gonna come from? From God. So obviously, yes, religion plays a very important role, but having said that, I agree with you that we have to distinguish between mental health that needs a professional treatment and a person just having a bad day. And I think this is part of also the question why today there's so much awareness. I think also science, because scientists know more about mental health. They're telling us the book that describes different kinds of mental issues, and it's becoming thicker and thicker because there are more and more discoveries, and religious leaders have to be very careful and not try to solve everything by themselves, but also to detect when a person needs help, professional help.
Do you think that having a mental illness is a flaw in character or chemistry?
Some mental illness can be just a flaw in character, and some can be chemistry, it can be genetic. Some things we do not control, and it's not their fault. And like people can be born disabled physically, they can be born disabled mentally, and we don't judge either of them. And we try to help as much as we can. We're not professionals in the field of mental health. I'm not, at least.
Yeah. Let's say for me, I do speak to therapists. Sometimes I'll feel like it's a bit too much, and then why not I actually look for help, and then it will make me feel better, and then I can keep doing what I'm doing, which is my work, to serve people and to do good.
religion itself has some elements, such as community. So you're not alone. And when somebody has someone close to him passed away, he's not alone. 7 days, they'll be at home with people coming every day, praying together with them, and then the person will come to synagogue and the congregation will surround him and say words of comfort. And there are many traditions and customs in Judaism to ensure that a person that is now in a very sensitive, mentally sensitive state will have support from the community.
Of course, in my religious context, there's really no talking about mental health because they will feel like it's a shame or it's something that, or they don't even acknowledge it. So actually, when it comes to religion, I think it's just more of our perspective to it, or we should show more, care and concern. Actually, normalize talking about mental health.
One voice inside of me, trying to represent my religion, Judaism, says, yes, of course, I want the world to be a healed world, a whole world, a perfect world. However, there's another voice that is saying, and I'm not talking here now about the professional depression, anxiety terms that I do not want to refer to because I'm not a professional. But let's maybe use more of a subtle word. Let's say deep sorrow, sadness. It's a sacred text in Judaism. I would say that these emotions play a very important role in approaching God and teaching us to be humble, to be modest, that not everything is in our hands, not everything is in our control. And God is there to help. And I think this really is a very powerful emotion. There was a debate amongst the sages in Judaism whether we want to get rid of evil inclination. Do we want to be like angels that don't have any physical desires? So they eradicated temporarily evil inclination according to Jewish texts. The following day they couldn't find a single egg. And then they said, of course, obviously, in order for the world to be fruitful, in order for us to have children, we need also the physical desire. So the physical desire just has to be used in a way that is positive, that is fruitful. And the same, I would say, also some emotions that aren't maybe as pleasant as we wish can really help us to see others around us that are in similar situation and be more merciful, more caring, more kind.
I cannot imagine myself not struggling with mental health. Honestly, when it just put in the factor of religion, every morning when I reached the temple, I would do the prayers. Means I would bring the joss stick to all the urns and I'll pray and put it down. Why I do that? It's 10% religion and 90% psychological. I tell myself that whatever I'm being thrown today, I can handle it because they believe in me. That's why they gave me this challenge in my path. I think that it actually makes a big part of myself. I can't say for people that that have been diagnosed, but for me, this is just how it comes hand in hand. And I think that the happiness will actually come with a bit of sadness, and through the sadness, I will appreciate the happiness. It's like the rainbow after the rain. Thank you so much for watching. If let's say that you have any questions or comments, you can comment down below.
Bye-bye.
Bye.